Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new semester as we enter into our fall 2021 semester here at Cheney University and our cost control course. My name is Javier Black, and I will be your instructor for the next 15 weeks of this course. So, to kick off week one of the things that I want to do here is I just want to walk us through D2L, our learning management system, and desire to learn. And of course, one of the things that you want to do is as we enter into every new module, which is every new week, I will have an instructional video put up in terms of what we're going to be engaging in throughout the course of that week and also what you need to do, what is expected of you as a student. So we're going to go with the news feed. I just want to walk us through the D2L, the learning management system. And of course, for those that are not familiar with it, this is our news feed. One of the first things that you want to look at is the announcements. Any important announcements I will put up in the news feed. Of course, this is kicking off week one of the course. So it's just a basic walkthrough. First thing you definitely want to do is you want to introduce yourself. And we're going to go to the module and I'm going to show you all how that's done as there's a discussion thread. So as we kick off the course, which will be tomorrow, Monday, August 23rd, just give me a little introduction about yourself. Your name, area of study at the college, what year you are, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and then just tell me a little bit about your recreational hobbies and interests. And then most of all, what are you expecting to get in terms of knowledge from taking this course? So let's just go down here. And, well, as a matter of fact, let's go up a little bit. I'm just going to show you all the syllabus and the tracking calendar. So the syllabus is available on the news page, and I also have it uploaded within the content. So I'm just going to show you all what the syllabus looks like right quick. And, of course, this is the overview of the course. Our required text is already available online. There will be no need to purchase a hard cover or a hard copy of the text. And it's going to be called Foundations of Cost Control. That's what we're going to be using for the course itself. I also made the decision for resources is to have a link available. And this is owl.purdue.edu. And it's for your writing critique. And what do I mean by that is we do all of our assignments through APA format. And so by us writing in APA format, this kind of gives you some information that's relative to how you should write in APA format. So you can always click on this resource, owl.purdue.edu, to see exactly how you're supposed to write in APA format. And it just gives kind of a breakdown of the course schedules and what we're going to be doing in terms of action items and assignments. And then what is our subject? So, for example, week one, we're doing an introduction. We're starting in chapter 1 to cost control. And that's what we're going to be engaging in this week. And, of course, it goes all the way until week 15. Just gives a general interview of what we're going to be engaging in throughout the semester, what your assignments are going to be. We're going to have quizzes, we'll have a midterm project, and we will have a final assessment, a final paper that will be due for the course. Which leads me to the next thing, which will be the criteria. So when it comes to the final grade itself, your discussion questions, you're going to have 3 of those due weekly. And that's going to go towards 20% of your final grade. Throughout the semester, I will be giving the class 4 quizzes total. And that's going to be contributed towards 20% of your final grade. The midterm project, which will be due around week 9, that's going to go as 30% of your final grade. And the final paper will also count as 30% of your final grade. So I have a makeup policy. I have different blurbs. You can definitely read this in your own time, or if you have any other additional questions, feel free to reach out to me regarding the makeup policy, as well as the grades and our late work policy. These are all different blurbs within a syllabus that I have. And our grading scale is pretty typical percentage-wise when it comes to interpreting the letter grade. 90 to 100 would be the A, 80 to 89 would be a B, 70 to 79 would be a C, 60 to 69 would be a D, and 68 and below would be considered to be an F. So in your own time, look at this syllabus. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me. But let's move on here. And I want to show you all the course outline. So I also have that available. And it kind of gives a breakdown of our chapter content that we're going to be covering for the week. And then also the content within that chapter. Begin to talk about that as well. That's for the learning objectives. As you can see, week 1, for example, we're going to be looking at the purpose of math, which is really relative to understand when it comes to cost control within the restaurant and hospitality industry. Also, being able to decipher revenue, expenses, and profits, like being able to do a balance sheet to see exactly what you're spending in terms of overhead and what you're bringing into your facility when it comes to profit. And then we're going to engage in some of the technology that's relative to the hospitality industry when it comes to humans, computers, and also the cost control process. So the assignments for this week, you will have the discussion questions that are due, and you see that within the course calendar. So you will have 3 discussion questions that will be due by Friday. That will be Friday, August the 27th. And what you will do is you will give a substantive response to at least one of your peers per question discussion. So at least one of your peers, one of the other students, you will give a reply response that will be on Sunday. You will have that due by next Sunday, August the 29th. And then, of course, the way that our weeks are set up, class, is that on Sundays are weekends. And then that following day, Monday, our new week begins. So that's going to be the setup. Again, Sunday, our week ends, and then Monday, our new week begins. And that's how it's going to be every week. So let me move on here, go back to Desire to Learn. And as you can see here, I put this in the news feed, but we're going to skip that regarding the discussion question post, and I'm going to take you all directly to the module. So when you go to content, you will click on Module 1. Module 1 has been made available for everybody. You will click on this and you will introduce yourself. And as you can see, the discussion thread is already put together. And what I had mentioned a little bit earlier, you're just going to give me just a brief background for yourself. So starting tomorrow, I expect for everybody to start giving replies and throughout the course of the week regarding introducing yourself. Let's go back here. And this is Module 1 again. When you click on Module 1, you have your discussion question post. Again, for each one, you will click on it, and you can see that the thread has already been created. And then you will give your reply to the discussion question post that I actually have put up. And you would do that the same for discussion question 2, as well as discussion question 3. So that's how the module will be set up. The module will be set up to where you will be able to click on the module and everything that you need, any additional supporting materials, I will upload it through the module. That will be made available for you. Another important piece is the Vital Source book holder. Now this is the textbook, and I actually have it shared through the book holder. So when you see textbook, you click on the Vital Source book holder, and it's going to take you to the textbook that I have adopted for this course. And of course, our textbook is Foundations of Cost Control by Daniel Traster. And you just click on preview. And it will take you to the content. which will be chapter 1. Of course, you can view the entire textbook, but you will click on chapter 1. And of course, this is where you will start your readings regarding the introduction to cost control. So that's how you would view the textbook and read and study the textbook. It would be through the Vital Source book holder. Now, if you have any issues, class, with the textbook, because one of the things I just had to do, I had to reinsert my credentials, and I set it on automatic so that every student should be able to have access without the login. If you have any problems with that, please let me know right away so that I can go into D2L and make the correction, or just, of course, log in my credentials so that you can have access for the textbook. But for the most part, I think we should be okay concerning that. I did select the automatic options where no matter when you log in, you'll be able to have access to the textbook. And throughout the days, I will periodically be checking on this as well, too, to make sure that the textbook is available for the entire class. So again, let's go back here to the content. And I just want to click on Module 1. So as you do your discussion questions, one more important thing that you want to do is you want to look at the final paper. This is important. So you click on that. It is a Word document. You'll be able to download it within your computer and save it to your hard drive. The first part of this paper, okay, the very first part will be due on September the 26th. That's September 26th. So make sure concerning the final paper that you read the instructions regarding what I am looking for. So, the introduction in 200 and 300 words. Again, this will be due on September 26th. Okay. The scenario of this is, for the final paper, you're going to be the sole proprietor of a restaurant establishment called Quest Cuisine. Now, the name of the restaurant must be called Quest Cuisine. And in 200 to 300 words, you're going to talk about the introduction of the restaurant. You're going to talk about the specialty in terms of what you will serve and what you will have on your menu. And then, of course, will you have entertainment or other things to offer outside the food and beverage of your restaurant? Another part, and this is all section 1, is that based on chapters 3, 4, and 5. So read and study ahead those chapters. Get an understanding of unit conversions, yields, and also recipe cost. So the main courses that you've selected on your menu, you're going to go into details, and you're going to give examples of unit conversions, yields, and also recipe costing. One thing I want everybody to do is to be creative in the writing process. Make sure that you are creative in this. So, as this is the final paper that's due in the class, make sure, of course, that you also use your creativity as well as your creative thinking. And then, of course, another thing, and I want to go back up to the instructions, what we're doing with this final assignment, we're doing a process called scaffolding. So you have a section of the final paper that's going to be due on a preferred week. For example, section 1 will be due on September 26th, and section 2 will not be due until October the 24th. So we're breaking up the paper into sections. That's what we're doing. If you have any further questions regarding that, feel free to reach out to me by email or by phone. So a few other things to keep in mind. My phone hours are from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That is 7 days a week if you need to contact me by phone. That would be 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's when you will be able to reach out to me. Okay, for the most part, that kicks off week number 1. And of course, with the overview, you can go into the content. This is my information right here where I can be reached. Talk to you soon, class. Enjoy the week.